Friday, ladies. Create some good energy this morning and some calm. And I'm just going to start off the class today with our relaxation pose. So this is the pose that I want you to go into at any time if your body gets a little angry or if the exercise is not for you. This is one of my favorite things to do, actually, first thing in the morning. So we're talking about creating happier backs today, because then we have happier lives and a little bit of control. The first gentle calming exercise, I'm sure you all remember if you've done my class before, is baby back roll. So we're going to lie on our backs and we're just going to take a deep breath in and exhale. Take a few more deep breaths in, connecting to the present, connecting to some mindfulness this morning. Taking a deep breath in and exhaling. So our baby back roll, we're just gently rolling on our lumbar spine. Bringing our knees to our chest. And we're just giving ourselves a nice big hug. And let's remember the calmness that we're going to create this morning on our mat. We can certainly bring into our life. Choosing to connect with our breath in times of joy, in times of stress, perhaps even traffic. Let's take a deep breath in and exhale. Now we're going to move on to Happy Baby. And this is another gentle yoga pose that we can come into today anytime. So you grab your big toes and we're just rolling out our spine. And we are going to come into these poses a few times, and hopefully you will feel a little more loosened up. Really good exercise for flexibility. And of course, those moms out there today remembering our babies when they used to do this in their crib or their stroller. Let's take a deep breath in and exhale. Alrighty, we're going to start off with some bridging this morning since we're already down on our backs. So gently lower your feet so they're flat. Let's roll our shoulder blades back, opening that chest, creating that beautiful range of motion. Bellies are in. Arms are long and strong, and we're connected to the mat. Let's roll those shoulder blades back again. So your shoulder blades, your scapula is connected to the mat. And we're slowly going to peel our spine off the mat, one vertebrae at a time. Lower back, middle back, upper back. And now let's hold this position for a few seconds, really engaging those glutes. And honestly, this is just as good as doing Kegels for any pelvic rehab. This is a good one because our abs are engaged, glutes are engaged, and we're just getting a little bit stronger than yesterday. Now let's bring a pelvic tilt, bringing our hips to the right, to the left, to the right, to the left, to the right again, to the left. Slowly coming center. And we're going to continue to do probably another 30-second hold. Engaging those glutes. Let's take a deep breath in and exhale. Another deep breath in and exhale. Let's slowly peel that back all the way back down. And now we're going to gently come all the way back up again. And then peeling it back all the way back down to the mat. Just loosening up that spine, honoring that back. And then slowly coming all the way back down. So this time when we come up, let's shoot that right leg pointed to the ceiling. And let's just start off, and we're keeping that other hip all the way up. Let's start doing some small circles, maybe like the size of a tennis ball. And then we can reverse it. And then we're going to point, we have our leg pointed, now we're going to flex it. Feel that nice calf stretch, point it, flex it, point it, flex it, point it. Now let's slowly, gently, pretending we have a 50-pound weight on that leg. We're going to do a little isometrics and bring that leg all the way back down. And we're going to shoot up the left leg to the ceiling. And let's do some small tennis circles. And then we're going to reverse it. And now let's flex that foot. A nice calf stretch, point, flex, point, flex, point. One more time, flex, point. All this is low impact, very gentle on your body. And bring that leg all the way back down to the mat. And you can either sit up or roll up. You might need a little sip of water since we're all still in summer, pretty much. We're going to move on to an exercise called rolling like a ball. So feet are flat in the mat, hands come together in prayer position, and then we're opening that book, grabbing our ankles, and I will demonstrate. I'm going to roll back onto my scapula, my shoulder blades, and then come back up. So a little bit of balance work here if you'd like. When you roll back up, you can try to maintain your feet like an inch or two above your mat. Okay, last one. And then let's come up to a standing position. And let's take a minute to do some self-care and work on our balance this morning. Now, if you're new to balance work, you can always hold onto a chair or a couch because safety first. Okay. And also, I would recommend to be barefoot and maybe not on your mat because it's just a little bit easier. Okay, so you're going to find somewhere to gaze at in your room. Let's first, I'm sorry, I got to adjust my mat. Okay, let's roll our shoulder blades back a little bit, opening that chest. This is a great one for range of motion. And as I'm doing this, I'm pulling my abs in and sinking my feet into the ground, trying to grow taller. Okay? Let's bring those arms out to a T. And we're just going to do some small, gentle circles. Just waking our body up, being kind to it. And then we're going to reverse the circles. Now let's put our hands on our waist and let's just be a little kind to our neck this morning, doing some circles. Good place that we might hold our stress. And then reverse it. Alrighty, now we're gonna move on to the balance. So beginners, please grab a chair or couch. We're going to, let's bring those arms out into a T. Bring your hands into prayer position. And then I'm starting with picking up my right leg. And choose somewhere in the room to gaze at. Pulling your abs in nice and tight helps your balance. So, I'm a little shaky on my mat. So I'm going to get off my mat and start over rolling my shoulder blades back. And for me, it's so much better off the mat. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Another deep breath in. Let it all go. Slowly, with control, bringing that leg all the way back down to the ground. All right, let's take another deep breath in and let it all go. And let's bring our arms out again to a T. Bring those hands into prayer position and bring up that left leg. Pulling the belly in nice and tight. Getting a little stronger than yesterday. Continuing with your breath. That's all we're thinking about right now. Let's slowly bring that leg all the way back to the mat. We're going to come into our angry, happy cat. Let's bring, we're coming down on our knees. Fingers are a little bit spread. Head is hanging gently between our hands. And we're going to bring her back into a C curve, taking a deep breath in, and then exhaling, we'll bring her belly back down the mat. Bringing the belly all the way up. Exhaling. So nice for our backs. Gently bring it back. Way up to the ceiling and then exhale. Now we're going to come up into our downward dog, coming all the way up on our feet. Head is still gently hanging, and we're going to walk our dog. And now we're going to come forward into a plank. And if you want, you're feeling a little extra strong today, you have the choice of staying in your plank, and you can always come down on your forearms too. But I was going to give you the choice of doing 5 push-ups. All right, we're going to come down onto our knees into child's pose. Big toes are touching, forehead comes down on the mat, and we're going to gently walk those fingers out. And let's take some time to take some breathing into our lower spine. All the way back up in a downward dog, walking those feet out. And while we're walking our feet out, makes me think that if anyone in the group did get chemotherapy at some point, and if you're having any peripheral neuropathy, any tingling in your hands or your feet, this is a good one for your feet. But then another good idea you can do for your feet to try to make life a little better is to get a tennis ball when you're watching TV, and you can roll tennis ball. Like, honestly, if you're over 50, even if it's a great thing to do, to just keep happy feet. Okay, so moving on. Let's come all the way up into a standing position, and we're going to do some classical Pilates that Joseph Pilates started. Let's bring our hands into a genie pose, and we're slowly going to come all the way back down to our mat. We're going to bring our dominant foot a little bit behind the opposite foot, slowly coming down to our mat. And we're going to start off with our hundreds. Okay, so a few ways of doing our hundreds. We can come all the way down to our mat, lift up our feet, and pump our hands is the classical way. Of course, keeping the abs nice and tight. A little more gentle is to bring up your knees. This is called tabletop. You can also alternate. Kind of like alternating. If you're feeling your back lift a little bit, tabletop might feel a little better. Here, we're going to do 20 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And you definitely earned a baby back roll. Let's bring those knees into the chest, giving yourself a nice big hug, and taking a deep breath in and exhaling. And let's roll out that back. And then I always like happy baby. Let's grab those big toes, rolling out our spine. And I'm actually going to grab a quick sip of water. Puppies and Pilates. Come here, Augie. Here, let's get you on the bed. Okay, so we're going to continue with our one leg pull. So let's come all the way back down to our mat. Head is down on our mat. Or you can lift it up if your neck feels fine. I'm going to gently pull my right knee, kind of near my nose, gently pull, pull, and then switch it, pull, pull. So when we're switching it, the opposite leg is long and straight, a few inches off our mat. Alrighty, let's bring that neck all the way back down to the mat, and let's roll out that spine. So a little more advanced, we're going to move now into double leg pull. So shoulder blades, if you feel safe, come off the mat, and I'm just going to demonstrate. I'm going to shoot my arms and legs together out long, and then circle my arms behind my head, and then bring it all the way back together. And remember, you can always go into the baby back roll at any time, because this is your own class. I want everyone to feel very good when they're done. All right, do one more. And then bring those knees to the chest. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Another deep breath in, and it'll go. Alrighty, we're going to move into an exercise that our legs are kind of like cooking shears. It's a nice gentle stretch. I'm going to bring my right leg pointed to the ceiling and then gently bring my knee to my nose, whatever is comfortable for your stretch, and then switch it. And then bring your knees back. That nice gentle hug. Alright, so the next exercise is called lower lift, and there's two ways of doing it. The more gentle way is to bring your hands together like a diamond, and I'm going to put my hands like a diamond and then put them under my seat to protect my coccyx bone. Shooting my legs up to the ceiling, and I'm going to lower in 3 and lift in 1. Lower, 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 lift. Lower, 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 lift. More advanced would be to cradle your neck. So you have choices. Lower, 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 lift. Lower, 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 lift. Lower, 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 lift. Now let's lower in 1 and lift in 3. 1, 2, 3. Lower in 1, lift in 3. 1, 2, 3. Lower in 1, lift in 3. 1, 2, 3. Last one. Lower in 1. 1, 2, 3. Let's bring those knees to your chest for a nice big hug. Let's take a deep breath in and exhale. Another deep breath in. Let it all go. Alrighty. The last exercise we're going to do right now for our ab series is called crisscross. You did something like this in grade school, but this is the Pilates way. So I'm going to shoot my right leg long and my belly is engaged. And I'm going to bring my left knee to my right armpit and then switch it. Alrighty, you can roll out your back. I think we should all have a little sip of water. Alrighty, we're going to move into our half roll up. So feet are flat on the mat, and I'm going to gently grab to my thighs, and let's hinge back with our spine a few inches till you feel your abs engaged, and then come all the way up. When you come up, let's try to elongate that spine and try to go a little taller. You can even roll your shoulder blades back. We're just going to hinge back again. And then coming all the way up. Hinge back again. Coming all the way back up. All right, girls, let's move on now to our full roll up. So if this is new to you, you can also try this maybe under a couch. And the other thing that's helpful, if you have 1 pound weights in the house or soup cans, or you can do a little daydream that I'm going to do and pretend I'm on a reformer and I'm holding on to pulleys and I am flexing my feet and I'm going to roll back one vertebrae at a time, nice and slow, coming all the way back down to the mat. Then we're going to bring my hands right above my head and have a nice, beautiful stretch. I'm going to take a deep breath in, and as I exhale, I'm going to come up. And when I come up, I'm going to do a nice, gentle two-way Pilates stretch, shooting that coccyx, that tailbone. I'm going to nice two-way stretch, grabbing onto my pulleys, coming all the way back up, trying to grow taller, and then hinging that spine into a C curve, coming all the way back down to my mat. Let's give it 2 more times. Come gently all the way up, doing a nice two-way stretch, and then come. All right, last one. Alrighty, we're going to do a front spine stretch, and we can have a little daydream that we're all at the beach, and we got a nice big beach ball. Legs are the width of the mat, and our feet are flexed towards us. And I'm going to hinge forward over that beach ball, shooting my tailbone out the opposite way, that nice two-way Pilates stretch. And then coming all the way back up, meet me in the middle. Let's elongate that spine, pushing our hips into the mat. And then we're going to hinge forward again. Let's take a deep breath in and exhale as we're coming forward. Coming back all the way up again. And exhaling. All the way back up. Trying to grow taller, taking a deep breath in and letting it all go. Okay, we're gonna do another exercise now that looks so pretty. We're watching other people. We are going to wring out our body like a dishcloth. So we're going to bring our left pinky to our right pinky toe. And then when we release, we're going to come center, rolling the shoulder blades back, lengthening that spine, and then going the opposite stretch. Alrighty. We'll have another little sip of water. We're going to move on now to our mermaid stretch, which is one of my favorite. It stretches out your obliques. Okay, so we are going to sit on our side, and I'm just holding my left ankle with my left hand. My right arm is shooting up, touching my ear. I'm going to take a deep breath in, and as I exhale, I'm going to bring that arm into like a gentle rainbow, pulling out from my waist. Give yourself another nice gentle breath. And you might be able to deepen that stretch a little bit. Take another breath in. Alrighty, let's come out of that rainbow, and let's maybe just try to deepen that stretch a little bit to the ceiling. And then we're going to take that deep breath in again and come into our rainbow. And all the way back up again. Take a deep breath in. and exhale. Alrighty, let's switch over to the opposite way. And now our right hand is holding our right ankle. We're bringing up the left arm to the left ear. And we're just gently pulling out of the waist. Let's take that deep breath in and let it all go. Another deep breath in and exhale. Another deep breath in. Exhale. All right, girls, maybe another little sip of water. We're gonna come into our banana pose, doing some leg lifts. So our banana pose, we are coming to the edge of the mat and our feet are coming a little bit forward, just like a banana. And of course, Pilates is working on our posture and our core. So the belly is, you're just tugging it a little bit in. And we are working leg, we're going to bring forward, pointed, and then slowly bring it all the way back. And now I have to adjust my mat a little bit. Okay, so we're going to bring it all the way forward and then all the way back. Okay, now the leg is pointed going up and flex going down. And let's move now into our circles, bringing that leg all the way up, pausing at the top, circling around, gently brushing that opposite foot and coming all the way up again. This is a great hip opener. No, Augie. Hey. No. Right, we have a lot of work. We have a lot of helpers. Okay, shh. Okay, come here. Sorry. Hey. Good girl, good girl. Alrighty. So we are going to move on now to our inner thigh. Coming all the way down the mat. Let's bring that leg forward and gently bring up that knee, pointing the opposite. We're working on inner thigh now. We're just going to bring that leg all the way up. Some small, gentle leg lifts. We're going to come into our circles. Make your circles small, like a tennis ball. And then you can reverse that circle. All right, now we're going to flip onto our opposite side, keeping us nice and even, doing some more leg lifts into that banana pose. So you are back on the edge of your mat and feet are forward. And we're just bringing that leg all the way forward and all the way back. Belly is engaged. And we're going to do our up and downs now. So feet come together. And we are pointing the legs up and then flexing it coming down. Let's do 5 more of these, and then we'll move into our circles. So our circle, we are going to come all the way up, stop at the top, or pause, and then coming down, brushing the opposite foot. So this is a hip opener. You can do small circles too, if that feels better for your hips. Up to you. Always have some choices. Okay, let's pause. And now we're going to reverse that circle. Okay, so I'm thinking about doing some inversions this morning. Could be something a little new. So we're going to get into that position that our feet are flat on our mat, and we're just going to start off actually rolling our shoulder blades back and bringing the hips gently off the mat, or bridging. We'll start off with our bridging, and then we're going to do some inversions. So when we get to the inversions, if it feels a little bit like something you don't want to do, you can just come back into the gentle bridging. And I think you probably did these inversions at some point in your life. So the version, we're just going to slowly rock up and just do some scissors in the air. And then you can move into some bicycles. You're going to reverse that bicycle. And then, if you want, you can try this stretch where you put your feet over your head and just hold your hands. And then I'm gently going to come out of that. And let's roll onto our bellies. And we're gonna do a little swimming this morning, ladies. Okay, so we're on our bellies and we're gently going to flutter our hands and our feet. And then coming all the way back down to our mat. Let's take a deep breath in and exhale. So another thing we can try is an exercise called rocker. So step number 1, and remember, you always have baby back roll to go to if something isn't for you. So we're going to grab our feet and let's just do this nice hyperextension. Opening our legs. And if you want, you can try and do a little rock. And then let's come out of that. Okay, So let's just come into our forearms, and we are gently going to do some leg lifts, just kicking the seat. 1, 2, 3, bringing that leg all the way back down. The left leg, 1, 2, 3, bringing that leg all the way back down. Right leg, 1, 2, 3, bringing that leg back down. Left leg, 1, 2, 3, slowly bringing it down. Do it one more time. 1, 2, 3, bringing that leg all the way down. Left, 1, 2, 3. Okay, we're gonna do some more hyperextensions for that great range of motion. Let's come down into our left cheek. Our hands are together on the small of our back. You guys can watch me one time. I'm gonna kick my seat 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Bring my feet all the way back down together. Head comes center. And then I'm just lifting up. And then coming back down to my right cheek. So we're on our right cheek. Hands are on the small of our back. We're holding our hands. We're going to kick our seat 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Slowly bring the feet down. Head comes forward. And then we're gently coming out of the water. We're going to do this one more time, opposite side. So hands are on our small of the back. Kicking our seat 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Feet come all the way back down to the mat. Head comes forward, and then we're coming out. Last time. We are on our right cheek. Hands are on the small of our back. Let's kick our seat 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Feet come down, and we're coming up. Then we can take a deep breath in, coming out of that pose, and letting it all out. Another deep breath in, and letting it go. So convenient while we're here, we are in the perfect position to do a knee stretch. So I'm on my knees, and again, little daydream, I have a pulley, a little rope, and let's take a deep breath in first. And as I'm exhaling, I'm going to slowly lean back on my knees a few inches and exhale. It's just a gentle, small stretch. You're leaning back maybe 2 or 3 inches, coming forward. Let's take an inhale and letting it go. Coming up, taking a deep breath in and exhaling. All right, let's come back into child's pose and doing a few winding down exercises. So let's bring our head onto the mat. Big toes are touching, and we're just walking our hands out. Hopefully getting a little bit better stretch than we did when we started class. Let's take a deep breath in and letting it all go. Taking another deep breath in and exhaling. Let's come up into our downward dog. So hands are flat on the mat, head is hanging between them, and we're gently walking out that dog. Now we can come forward into a plank or even into King Cobra. Just doing a nice hyperextension. Bring your head up. Bringing the belly all the way back down to the mat. And going to come into child's pose again, bringing the head onto the forehead, onto the mat, working out those fingers, toes are touching. Take a nice deep breath in and exhale. Another deep breath in and exhaling. Let's come into our angry, happy cat, bringing our back up to the ceiling, into that C curve, taking a deep breath in and exhaling, bring it down again. Deep breath in, exhaling. Taking a deep breath in, letting it all go. Taking a deep breath in, bringing this back up into the ceiling again in that C curve. Alrighty, so we just have a little teaser challenge for our last exercise of the day, and then we're going to come into some meditation. So teaser, the easier way to do teaser is to sit on your sits bones, and I'm going to bring my hands and my legs out at the same time. And you probably might be shaking because it's a little tricky exercise. It's the hardest one we're doing today. All right. And then the other way you can try and do teaser is to lay all the way down the mat. I'm going to engage my abs and my glutes because they're super strong muscles. And I'm going to bring up my hands and my legs at the same time and holding it. And then bringing it all the way back down. Let's just do a spine stretch forward. Feet are the width of the mat, and we're coming forward, taking a deep breath in and letting it go. Another deep breath in and exhaling. All right, ladies. So we're just going to do a few minutes of some meditation. I wish I could come around and give you some all lavender little washcloths, but can't since it's virtual. But nice, happy thought. You can come into crisscross applesauce sitting up, or you can lay down on your mat, on your back, and let's just think about that calm again. It's self-care, a little bit of sense of control. Let's close our eyes and take a deep breath in. Let it all go. Another deep breath in. Let it all go. And as you're working, connecting with your breath today, thinking of self-care, I'm just going to speak to you about a few positive intentions. Focusing on our breath, I want you to continue taking your deep breath in and exhaling. Perhaps having your own daydream. Maybe you're in the mountains and it's a little chilly, beautiful sunshine, or at the beach, a little bit of heat, but the water is perfect. Or you can even choose to think about a color, perhaps an orange for soft, gray energy, or maybe purple. Let's just take a deep breath in again and exhale. So I leave you this morning with a quote: criticism and praise are the opposite sides of the same coin. Instead of being so fragile today, let's think of our own talents. Thank you so much for coming today. Slowly open your eyes and bring that calm with you today. Bye, ladies.